Alright everybody, it's Virginia Outdoors Limited here, and today's video I'm going to be talking about the new gear that I've picked up for the 2018-2019 waterfowl season. I'm kind of still in the process of getting everything I need, but this is kind of what I think will pretty much be the biggest items I've got so far. I think we have like 4 items in total that I'm going to talk about, and I'm pretty excited about all of them. So yeah, let's jump right in. Starting off, I guess we'll start off with the decoys I got. I posted the other day on Instagram all these new decoys I had bought, and basically what had happened was I went into my local sporting goods store and they had an open box deal. And for those of you that don't know what that is, basically they were selling off the boxes of decoys where they had taken the display decoys out of them. So they took like 2 decoys out of each box that was on sale, and those were the decoys that were being used as the displays on the racks above where they were selling the decoys, so that you would have a visual reference to what the decoys in the box looked like. And so basically these boxes of decoys, the boxes of 6 decoys only had 4 in them, but they were half of retail price, so you basically got a free decoy. And then the boxes of 4 had 3 decoys in them. Like the boxes of 4 geese would normally be 4 like field geese, had 3 field geese in them. And they were also half price. So some really, really good deals. The first item that I picked up is I got 4 of these Avionics fully flocked black ducks. I got these for $42. So I basically got I got 4 of these decoys for $42. So basically about $10 per decoy. And they typically go for about $14 to $15 per decoy. So I was really pleased to get these. They look fantastic in my opinion. And the reason I got them was I just saw a decent amount of black ducks last year, and I didn't have any black duck decoys, and I felt like a lot of times the black ducks would circle me once or twice, give me a really hard look, but they wouldn't want to come in. So I felt like I'm hoping that getting these black duck decoys will be the key. So I got 2 drakes and 2 hens, and really happy with how they look and really excited to get them out in the field. Next, I got these Avionics Pintails. So I got 4 of these pintails for $37, so about $9 per decoy, and they typically go for about $13 to $14 per decoy. So, and again, another really good deal. I just loved how these. I really don't need pintail decoys, but I just loved how these pintails look. Personally, I just think they look incredible. Absolutely incredible looking decoys. And I did see a couple pintails last year. And I didn't have any pintail decoys. And one kind of instance still sticks out in my mind when we were hunting out on some big water, and I did a pin. We saw a duck flying, and I quacked at it. It did nothing. I did a pintail whistle, and it turned, and it started just cupping on in, and it got to about 45 yards from our boat, and it just kind of flared off, and that's when I realized it was a big pintail drake, and we didn't have any pintail decoys out that day. And I still think that if we had had a pintail decoy out or 2, it would have come a little bit closer and probably given us a shot. But I got 4 of these decoys, 3 drakes and a hen, and hopefully if I do see pintails at any time during the season, I'll have these decoys now to be able to throw out and hopefully get them in. And the last decoys I got were these green Headgear oversized redheads. I got 5 of these for $29.99, so $6 a decoy for these oversized redheads. Between the price point, the oversized decoy, and just how good they looked, and I could not turn them down. Also, all 5 of the decoys I got were drakes, so it was an all drake pack, which is another definite plus for me because the drakes are a lot more vibrant colors, and when I'm hunting divers, what I want is some really vibrant colors that are going to stick out and make the birds give me a pass. And last year we did see a significant number of redheads, that really just because it was super cold. But I want to have these decoys again just in case it gets that cold, so that I'll have a better chance at bagging some redheads. And like I said, the price point was just too low for me to turn them down. So those are all the decoys that I've picked up basically for the 2018-2019 season so far. What I still want to get, I'd like to still get a couple more floater geese. Depending on if I'm able to get any field permissions, I am going to probably start building up my field goose decoy pile, I guess, or I have no field geese decoys right now, so I do need to get at least a 6-pack of those just to start off with. And then I would like to get maybe another spinner or something to basically add motion into my spread. I have my jerk rig and I have my one mallard spinner, my one teal spinner, but I'd like to get probably something that sits on the water and makes some movement. I haven't really decided yet, but something along those lines. So now moving on, let's see if I can pick this up. I also got a new portable grill. It's not really that portable. It actually kind of weighs a lot, but I will probably be bringing this with me the few times that I'll hunt a blind this year. When we're hunting out on my dad's bigger boat, I'll bring this with me. It's basically just a Blackstone grill. I was working at Dick's Sporting Goods this summer, and this was basically on sale, and it was sitting there for a long time. I figured I'd buy it. I haven't used it yet. I've turned it on a couple times, but got a large cooking surface. Let's see if I can actually get this thing open. So yeah, got a large cooking surface, and I'm pretty pleased with it. I think, you know, we don't normally do a lot of cooking in the blind, but I would like to start doing some more cooking while I'm out duck hunting or goose hunting. So yeah, this grill I think will make for a lot of interesting times in videos and things of that nature. And I'm just excited to, you know, make some food. I have done some cooking. I have a little portable burner. I've kind of talked about that before on some of my videos, but having that bigger grill will definitely allow me to, you know, cook things like bacon, I don't know, omelets, whatever I really want to cook. I should be able to cook on that grill. So now, moving on, I actually don't think I have this in hand. It's downstairs, and I didn't feel like lugging it up the stairs. I got a jet sled this year. It's a Chappelle XL jet sled, so it's the biggest size jet sled that they make. I felt like it would come in handy for me. Either I have kind of two ideas for how I'm going to use it. Either I'm going to be towing it behind my kayak, putting decoys in it, and just towing it and using basically as like a decoy sled, or when I'm hunting walk-in spots, I can just throw all my stuff in the sled and pull the sled behind me as long as there's not too many down trees in the woods or it's not too thick of an area. But I felt like that would just make my life a lot easier in terms of either like walk-in hunts or paddle-in hunts, and I found one for a good price, so I ended up biting. So now the last item and the most exciting item that I've got for the 2018-2019 season is this. Very small, but it's definitely the most exciting item. If you haven't already realized what it is, this is a Dji Matic Pro Drone. I have a couple ideas for how I'm going to use this. I've already checked my state laws, and it's perfectly legal to use this in some hunting applications. So I'm going to explain what I'm planning on doing. I'm planning on using this drone for basically scouting. So I've had a lot of problems in previous seasons where I know a good spot. But the thing is, to go into that spot and check for birds, most of the times I have to get close enough to flush the birds out. A lot of my spots are very thick areas, so it's not like I can go and glass them from 200 yards away. A lot of the times I have to get in close, and a lot of the times the birds end up flushing, and it just puts more pressure on the birds. Even though all you're doing is flushing the birds, no shooting, it does put pressure on the birds because the birds have to get up and fly. They don't feel as comfortable in that spot because they know that there could be a threat. So my plan for using this drone, for one, is basically, instead of having to walk into my spots, I'll just fly the drone over, look to see if there's ducks, from basically high enough to not scare the ducks off, and then fly it back to me. And then I'll know if there's ducks in there without having to both, you know, it saves me time, not either having to unload my kayak or walk into the woods, or down a stream or whatever, and just have to launch this drone. It'll be a lot simpler. I also hopefully use this to get some nice cinematic shots for videos. What I know that you can't do, or my understanding is that you cannot use this while you are hunting. If you are flying a drone while you have a loaded gun and are in the process of duck hunting, it's basically the same thing as if you basically were using a boat to round up ducks or to flush ducks. They think basically the rule is if you're hunting, you can't use one of these because it could be used to flush ducks to you and to basically make you more effective through artificial means. You also have to be careful about flying this and scaring off birds. You can get harassment of wildlife if you use this incorrectly. So I only plan on using this like either before hunts or after hunts, or, you know, if we're in the middle of a hunt, maybe we'll unload our guns and put our guns off to the side, put them in cases or whatever, and then I'll fly the drone around for a bit. But I won't be flying this while I'm actually in the process of hunting because I know that you can get hit with some fines if you do that. But if I'm wrong, someone please correct me in the comments. That's just my understanding of the laws from, I've talked to a game warden about it and from what I've read online. But yeah, basically, it's a really small drone. I did a lot of research on them, and this is what I ended up picking between the price point and the reviews and the features. But yeah, I'm really happy with this. It shoots in 4K video, so I'm pretty excited. This is definitely kind of the biggest purchase of my off season. I think it's going to be a big step up and I think it's going to be a big help for both my hunting in terms of scouting, things of that nature, as well as my video making. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Make sure to leave a comment if you guys have any questions about any of this gear, anything really in general. Make sure to subscribe to the channel because I'm going to be doing videos every Wednesday and Saturday now, basically leading up to duck season, talking about various aspects of duck hunting, my preparations for duck season, my preparations for dove season, things of that nature. So make sure to subscribe to the channel so that you're always tuned into those videos. And thanks for watching.